Welcome to Sci-Fi Journal. We are at beautiful Cold State Park in Bristol, Rhode Island. This is the Rhode Island Science Fiction Club annual picnic. We are 2 months late doing this, okay? Is that better? Okay, that's good. I'm Mark Morrisseau. Also hosting today is
Calvin Watts III. Hello, everyone.
Hello, and we've got Adam behind the camera, and Kat's here, and Heather's here, and my wife Deb, and Dylan, and Bob, and Paul, a whole bunch of really cool folks. We'll get to talk to them later. They don't know it yet, but now they do. We're going to talk about a whole bunch of stuff today, but first, in early August, Madison Kingston and I went to Terrificon convention in Connecticut at Mohegan Sun, and we have some footage like that we want to show you, so let's take a look at that. Well, it's August 10th, 2025, and we are at Terrificon in Massachusetts, in Ledyard, Connecticut.
Woohoo!
I'm Mark Morrisseau. This is Madison Kingston.
I know, it's been a while. Sorry, guys.
It's been a long time, but I'm glad you're here.
I know, I'm excited.
We're going to have fun. This is the 10th anniversary of this particular convention. A lot of fun. If you are into comics, this is the convention that you want to be, because just about every big name comic book artist and writer is at this convention.
It's incredible. I'm really excited to meet a lot of new faces.
Yes, it should be a lot of fun. So let's take a look at what's going on with Terrificon 2025.
All right, so we are here at a pretty cool booth. We have two wonderful custom creators here. I'm going to let them introduce themselves.
My name is Peter. I'm Peter's Custom Designs.
And my name is Steve. I'm the creator of Hubbard Farm Trades.
Wonderful. So I'm just going to hop back and forth between the two of you guys. So would you like to share a little bit about how you got into this career?
Yeah, I started about 8 years ago. My son left for the Marine Corps and needed a hobby because fortunately he didn't have stuff to do with him when he was gone. Started working on wood and got into the CNC. Met my friend Steve over here because he was actually my wood supplier. And that's how I went from there.
That's awesome.
For me, I started this about 4.5 years ago. I used to work for an arborist, so I had this kind of fond love for chainsaws. And I started with a chainsaw mill, and then I graduated to a sawmill. And I always wanted to be a woodworker, and then just one thing led to another. And I just like to make things that bring people back to their happy place, which is usually their childhood, and that's where it kind of all started.
That's awesome. So if you had to pick one type of genre that you like to create the most, what do you think would be your favorite one to work on?
Star Wars.
Clearly, I'm living my dream this weekend, so I'm a Turtles fan.
Awesome. All right, so where can everyone find you?
You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook under Peter's Custom Designs, and I am out of West Haven, Connecticut.
And you can find me on Instagram and Facebook, Hubbard Farm Trades. I'm also out of West Haven, Connecticut.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, gentlemen, so much. I hope you have a lot of success this weekend, and let's see what else we can find.
All right, I'm with HH. Hi.
How you doing there?
Good. Tell us a little bit about your comic book series.
Well, it's a great comic book series. Every Penny Goes to Fighting Animal Abuse features the Calico, Hector Gill, who gets intel on people who abuse and kill animals, and he goes after them with extreme justice.
Nice. So he's kind of like Punisher Extreme.
That's one way to say it, sure.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. When did you start publishing?
I started publishing December of 2020 with our first issue, Here Comes Calico, issue number 1. I started the company in June of 2020, and it started out of the pandemic. It's a great concept that we're very proud of, and we love fighting animal abuse through comics.
Okay. Now, you do the writing and the illustrating. How much of it do you do?
I do, 100% of the writing and maybe 1% of the art.
Okay.
We have a team, a great team that works on the art.
Yep. Sounds good. Now, if people want to get in touch with you, is there a website? Is there a place they can go to order this?
SigmaComics.com, SIGMA Comics.com. And again, when you buy from us, every penny goes to fighting animal abuse. So if you love comics and you love animals, there's no better way to support the cause. Read some comics and fight some animal abuse.
All right, HH, thank you very much. Appreciate it. I am with Terry Huddleston.
That's
Hi.
right. You got it right the first time. Terry Huddleston.
Nice to meet you. These graphics are phenomenal. How'd you get started?
So basically, it's funny that you said graphics. So as a kid, I've always liked graphic design on the side of toys, packaging, and another love that cross-pollinated was my love of atlases. So I've always liked intricate line work and giving pieces a topographical, map type feel. So that's how I got started.
Okay. Now, some of your inspirations, I see Warhammer, I see Star Wars, I see some Street Fighter. Do you have any favorites?
So for me growing up, I mean, it was the usual 80s kid, growing up in the 80s, I feel like it was a golden age of throwing shit against the wall, see what sticks as far as ideas go. Like, hey, how about a barbarian riding a cat, fighting, sci-fi, and stuff like that. And we had such a plethora of stuff that I feel like we were getting cross-pollinated by the best cartoons, the best movies, and the best music at the time. So not to, hype up Gen X, but I'm sorry, guys. It's a reason why our stuff's getting remade, over and over again. So, yeah, as far as inspiration goes, it was coming out of our ears back then.
Yeah, good. Now, when did you get started in the business itself?
And so I've always wanted to be a comic book artist, and I think everybody starts off with that same, I'm going to be a rock star seed where you go to pitch your talent in front of whoever the gatekeepers are, whatever industry it is, and you get soundly rejected. So that happened to me, and I wasn't good enough. This wasn't one of those, the man's dumb. I was way undercooked, but it caused me to take a hiatus from drawing in my early 20s. When I came back 5 years later, I had a little bit different style. I was a lot more commercial, and then I already kind of had absorbed that dream of wanting to draw comic books, so I decided to do pinups and stuff instead, and that turned out to be where the zeitgeist had went anyway. So
okay, all right. And what made you decide on this particular style as far as like these huge banners and tapestries?
So like I said before, I always like commercial art, and with the atlases, you got to keep in mind there's no tiny atlas book. They're all big, huge books of world maps and stuff like that. So I've always liked large format art combined with a lot of large format detail. That's the difference. It's not just big for big's sake. It's like, wow, look how much tiny little micro details are in this large space. And which is something you don't really see as often as you think you do. But I think with the advent of film getting more and more high res, we're starting to realize like, wow, everything has to be more and more high detailed to sell the fidelity. Same thing with art.
Okay. Now, are there any projects that you haven't produced yet that you want to be working on? Like, do you have like a favorite movie or superhero or something that you haven't done yet that you plan on working on?
Like every nerd, you got some lifelong, man, if I could do a fill in the blank, and mine is I definitely wouldn't mind doing like a film studio or some kind of visual storytelling studio, and I got a ton of ideas at this point, but they're all just my spin on something that's already been done. But like Cormac McCarthy said, the author of countless books and stuff like that books are made out of other books, and I feel the same way about stories are pretty much made out of other stories, and so I'm not trying to do anything original, but I think I got some original takes on a lot of different things. For example, I got a spin on Willy Wonka. Like, I feel like if you look at Charlie and the Chocolate Factory as like a Squid Game, like it was the original Squid Game before Squid Game. It's a handful of kids going to this factory, only one comes out. Are you kidding me? The winner take all. And so you look at it from that perspective, like this is low key a horror genre, not a kid's fable. So I did my own version of that called Luna and the Dream Factory.
Okay. Now there was some theories going around that Willy Wonka was actually a Time Lord.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, obviously that tracks, especially when nerds sitting at home going, "Hey, he's got the affect of the Fourth Doctor." So, yeah, 100%.
Cool. All right. Now I've already scanned your QR code, but if people want to get in touch, how do they reach you?
Pretty much type in Terry Huddleston Art, and it'll take you anywhere you need to go.
Okay. And you got the cool shirt made up and everything.
Thank you.
You're not playing. I'm telling you.
Hey, like Witherspoon said, you got to coordinate.
Awesome stuff. All right, Terry. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, let's see what else is going on. All right, I'm with a member of Kessel Temple. It's part of the Saber Guild in Connecticut.
Yep.
I'm with Master Wildfire. Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you as well.
Okay, tell us a little bit how you got involved in this organization, or tell us about the organization. That's even better.
Well, this is one of the 3 Lucasfilm affiliated groups that are in Connecticut. Saber Guild is specifically for force sensitives, either dark side or light side. And what we do is we do lightsaber choreography, so we do demonstrations, Padawan trainings. Everything we do is totally free, but we are also collecting donations for charity. Our group raised, I believe it was over $20,000 last year in order to just help people out. So our job in any of our Star Wars groups is to help other people out. I joined this group, ironically, from coming to this Terrificon 4 years ago.
Okay.
I came, they had an adult lightsaber training, and I was immediately hooked. And I got a full-on costume, I became a member, and I've never looked back. It's been a lot of fun.
Now, how many conventions or different charities on average do you guys participate in?
We do several cons every year. We do this one, we do Rhode Island Comic Con, and some of our members go to a variety of other Comic Cons. We also do a lot of library appearances. Pretty much, there is a form for you to fill out and ask for an appearance, but the important thing is for us to be raising money for charity. So it's a public event. We don't do birthdays or things like that.
Now, you had mentioned earlier before we started filming that you're interested in starting a Rhode Island chapter.
Right.
Can you, because we're from Rhode Island, so expand on that a little bit.
Yeah, that would be great. Right now we have three approved members in the general area that are Rhode Island interested, Rhode Island centric. In order to start a Rhode Island temple, we need 4. So we need 1 additional person that is interested in it. So if a person is interested in the idea of joining one of our groups, they can look up Kessel Temple, or they can look up Chandrila Temple, and we can work with you to help get you approved, work you through the process, and then we could hopefully make a Rhode Island-based group.
Now, this is primarily for people who are interested in cosplaying Jedi, correct?
Well, it's also Sith, so any dark sider or light sider. A couple of years ago, we did a show at the WNBA game where we had dark siders and light siders fighting against each other. You can actually probably look that up on YouTube still. But yeah, we have both sides because we are doing lightsaber choreography, so we're fighting against each other.
Ah, all right, that's good. Now, my grandchildren, matter of fact, her kids, don't call me Grandpa, they call me Obi-Wan.
Okay.
Which is kind of neat. So I have 2 little Padawans that are growing up. Expand a little bit on the Padawan Jedi training that you do with the kids.
So our Padawan training is an introduction to the Force and lightsaber use. We teach the younglings what the Force is, how the Force works. We demonstrate how it works, and then we give some basics on how a lightsaber works.
What about, you have adult training also, right?
Yeah, adult training is what is happening right now. That introduces the adults to lightsaber choreography, and it shows them what our systems are. So if they're interested, they might possibly join us eventually later, which is what happened with me.
So they need 1 more person to join so they can start.
So if we can get 1 more person in an approved costume, we can start a Rhode Island group, and that way we can be around Rhode Island, do a lot more events, and be around for you guys.
Now, on average, how long does it take to get an approved costume?
It depends. Some costumes you have to make your own because this is a movie screen accurate costume. Generally, you have to make it yourself or tailor it after somebody makes it for you. I went from nothing to having it completely done in 3 months. So it's really not that long, but you have to make sure you're very detail oriented. Some people get it done in like 3 or 4 weeks if they're really good at sewing. But if you're not good at sewing, we have people that can help you.
What did you use for a pattern, or how did you pattern your costume itself?
There are a group of guidelines, so if you look up saberguild.org, there are guidelines for costuming, and you can look up everything. It has the type of fabric you're allowed to use, the color palette palette you're allowed to use. It gives you all the resources you need, but we also have people that are costume coordinators that you should check in with, because they can ask ahead of time to make sure you're going down the right path.
Now, what about the lightsabers? Are there any like approved or special types of lightsabers that you have
Well,
to?
they have to be, here's my lightsaber. They have to be combat ready.
All right.
So what that means is the saber has to light up. It has to have a metal hilt that can take the damage of another lightsaber, and it also has to be of this is a PVC type plastic. So it has to also be not dangerous. So some Sith lightsabers have spikes on them, and they cannot use those in dueling.
Okay.
So it's, for the most part, it has to be battle ready.
Right.
And it has to be able to hold up to lightsaber fighting.
So it has to be able to take a beating.
Yeah.
So the typical lightsaber that you buy at Disney's Galaxy's Edge, for example, I have one of those that probably wouldn't qualify.
I mean, it might, but I would be very careful because those are more expensive.
Right.
You can buy lightsabers online for a significantly less amount, and then like this one was significantly cheaper, and it was much easier to. It's been very reliable. So.
Okay. All right. So, if people want to get in touch, what's the best way to do it?
You would like to do ctsaberguild.org.
Okay.
That's our Connecticut temple. You can also look up Chandrila Temple on Facebook, and you have both two different temples where you can get in contact with people that have already got costumes or a costume coordinator to help you get yourself set up. Also, you can go to practices and start learning how to do the choreography.
All right. Good. Great. Thank you very much.
Right.
Masters, thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.
And may the force be with you.
May the force be with you as well.
All right, Maddie, what'd you think?
I thought it was awesome. Honestly, I was expecting it to be a lot smaller. It's been a few years since I've been able to come here to Terrificon, and I thought it was fantastic.
I thought it was really great. We talked to some really nice people, some Star Wars folks, and some awesome vendors, and you picked up a couple of things too.
I know the artists here this year were absolutely incredible. A few I hadn't seen before. It was really nice to have some good conversations with them and get to see some new stuff.
Yep, I got to see Dan Jurgens among some others. I got a little fan kerplunk there for a while.
I know, it was adorable.
Keith Griffin, oh my God, yes. If you love comic books and you know all about the artists, this is Amanda Connor. If you know comics, this is the place to go for comic books, all things comics. It's awesome. And they had some nice stars too.
They really did. They had some really great stars. It was nice to see so many people interacting with them and having so many opportunities to meet some people that they might know from their comic books or from different shows. And it was nice because this is one of the first times everybody just feels happy. You didn't have people rudely shoving by you. Nobody was yelling, screaming. Everybody just seemed genuinely really happy to be here.
Yeah, it was good. It was a lot of fun. Now, best part of all, it's the end of the day. As we're getting ready to go home, there's a Krispy Kreme in this place.
I know.
I smell Krispy Kreme. Okay. So that's going to be it. Thanks for watching Sci-Fi Journal. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. We really appreciate it. That's going to be it from Terrificon 2025. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you soon.
Bye.
All right, Calvin, beautiful day today.
Oh, it is an absolutely beautiful day today. That was the really fun footage from Terrificon.
Yeah.
While you were at Terrificon, while I do not have any footage because I was actually working Boston Fan Expo, whose schedules two major conventions going head to head. It hadn't happened in some time, but Boston Fan Expo was really fun. I worked all of Saturday, a good portion of Sunday, but I did get to meet Jason Isaacs.
Yeah.
Got to talk to him for about 5 minutes. He signed my Star Trek encyclopedia, so I am very, very happy.
Now, did he just talk about Trek, or did he talk about anything else?
I didn't get to meet the panel, but when I was talking to him, I mentioned Brotherhood, because Brotherhood, for those of you who don't know what that is, was a Showtime Mafia series set in the mid-2000s, so around 2006, 2007. And it concerned two brothers, Jason Clarke and Jason Isaacs. One was a representative on the Hill, so had political issues, and then Michael, which was Jason Isaacs' character, was like a hood. So that's where the Mafia thing comes in. It ran for like 3 seasons. It was filmed all over on location, Rhode Island. A lot of it was filmed in East Providence, my hometown. So I talked to him about that, and he was really cool. And I brought out the Star Trek encyclopedia, and he's like, I don't even know these names. He's like, can you tell me who they are? So I'm going through all of them, and he's like, that's LeVar Burton's signature, because LeVar Burton has a really, really cool signature. And even though a lot of the celebrities now are charging extra if they have like phrases for like, you know, for like whatever show or something they worked on or anything extra, he was really nice enough to personalize it, and he said, live long and prosper, live, love, laugh, and we'll show a picture of it. But he was like really, really awesome. So I had a fun time.
Yeah, good. Yeah, and Terrificon was a lot of fun. It was good. As always, it's the convention. If you're really into comics, that's the place to go, which is good. All right, so let's talk about this past summer. We've already reviewed the Superman movie, which was good. What do you think about Fantastic Four?
I personally loved it. It was a lot of fun. It was very interesting. I really liked the 60s retro vibe with a lot of the futuristic tones. They knocked it out of the park with Herbie. I think the Thing looks spectacular. Honestly, I liked it a lot. I think they did a pretty good job with Galactus. And that was going to be tough to pull off. It's sorry that it underperformed a little bit at the box office. I mean, it did well enough, and it did its job for setting up, what's coming. But we'll see. Everything's going to ride on the next 2 movies. The Spider-Man movie, which, is in filming right now, and then Avengers Doomsday. So, but it was definitely a good setup, and I definitely recommend, seeing it.
Yeah, I liked Fantastic Four. I didn't have a problem at all with Galactus being female instead of male. It's like,
you mean Silver Surfer?
Silver Surfer, I'm sorry. What did I say? Galactus? Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, Silver Surfer. That was some kind of sort of controversy, but really wasn't. It's like, not a big deal. I like the retro futuristic look of that thing. I'd love to drive the car. That would be so much fun.
It was really weird seeing the Thing have a beard.
Yes, that was a nice little touch. Yeah, he wasn't able to use his grinder or something, so he had to grow a beard. So that was a lot of fun. I think it was one of those movies that if you're a Marvel fan and if you're a big Fantastic Four fan, that was the movie that was made for you.
Yeah.
But for the general public, they're not really into comics all that much, and not so much. Maybe that's why it didn't do as well at the box office like they thought it would.
Yeah, and I agree. I mean, for the fans, it was a home run. It's easily the best Fantastic movie so far. I still do like the 2005 version. That was a pretty decent one, and almost all of them had their merits. When we'll talk about the 2015 one, but it'll be interesting to see where the story goes. I mean, a lot of talk about the Council of Reeds maybe showing up and making an appearance at Doomsday, or Secret Wars, or who knows.
Yeah. So that should be a lot of fun. Now, is there anything else coming out as far as movie-wise this summer? I don't think so. There's another movie out right now called Weapons.
Horror movie. I've been slightly busy, so honestly, I don't know. But no, not really until the fall. I know Tron Ares is getting a lot of hype and a lot of attention, which would be pretty cool. And I know unofficially they're going to go back and re-release Tron and Tron Legacy on 4K physical media.
All right.
So when that comes out, and to support Tron Ares, which does look really, really good.
Yeah, it looks kind of fun. And the only other real anything going on in the DC universe right now is the beginning, as we tape, as the beginning of the Peacemaker season 2.
Yep. I actually, we did find, Kat and I did find a way to make it to Dragon Con, even though it's going to be on a short schedule. So we are doing some panels, and the last panel we're actually doing on Labor Day is about Peacemaker. So we're in the middle of rewatching Peacemaker season 1. I haven't seen the opening episode of season 2 yet, but I will before we head down to Atlanta. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, that should be a lot of fun. All right, so let's talk a little bit to some of the other Rhode Island Science Fiction Club members and get their opinions on what's going on in the wonderful world of science fiction. All right, I am with fellow Rhode Island Science Fiction Club member Paul. Hi, Paul.
Hi.
Hi. So you and I have both been watching Star Trek Strange New Worlds, this 3rd season.
Right.
Okay, what do you think about it so far?
I think it's been an even series so far.
Okay.
It started out really well, tying the original series. There's some spoilers I won't give away in the first 2 episodes, but it tied it well to the original series.
Well, we can do spoilers because by now we're into like episode 5 or 6. So
Actually 7. Seven just aired. The second episode, there was a Q kind of episode.
Right. Did you like that one?
I really liked it.
Did you really like it? I wasn't sure. Was he Trelane or was he another
It was
Q?
Trelane. Yeah, it was amazing because I could tell as soon as I saw the sideburns and
Right.
that's Trelane.
Okay. Now, it doesn't have pose a problem though, but because in the original series, when we first see this character, they don't really know who he is, right?
I think because he did an alternate thing with the wedding, they were able to get away with it.
Okay.
Because then he put them back and they don't remember anything.
Okay.
So I think that's how they got away with it.
All right. Okay. What do you think about the episodes with the Gorn?
I like the Gorn. I like what they've done.
All right.
And I thought in the first episode they tied it up well, saying they were in hibernation, which would tie into the original series, saying they never met them.
Yeah, because I was interesting about a lot of people have a controversy about that. There are some people that are suggesting that because we've seen the Gorn, but we never saw them, we didn't know about them in the original series, that this particular version of Star Trek is not Star Trek that we know, but it's like an alternate universe.
It can be, and I can see it probably is, but they tied up in the first episode. The reason why we don't see the Gorn later on is because they did something to make them go into some kind of hibernation.
I see.
So
they pretty much forget them? Is that what
yes,
you're saying?
Exactly.
Okay, all
They
right.
were sort of buried. Starfleet wanted to bury the idea.
Okay. Now, what do you think about the episode where they go on this planet and they find this temple and they have to, and they're both on like different floors but in the same dimension? What do you think about
I
that
thought it was
episode?
interesting. It was an interesting take. A lot of clues they had to figure out. I thought Spock worked well, Chapel worked well.
Yep.
So
Okay.
I thought it was very well done.
Now, what about Spock and his development during this season? I think what they're doing is they're trying to lead us up to Spock finally finding his way to becoming more of the Vulcan type Spock that we see in the original series and what we see right now.
I agree. I think Spock is sort of taking a step back and trying to realize his Vulcan upbringing more. And Chapel, unfortunately, I think she tries to bring him out of it, but I think logically he's trying to get back to that.
Okay. Do you have a favorite cast character in the show?
I actually like Lahan.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
I really like her. I think she's a great character. She's tough, but she's also vulnerable when she needs to be.
Okay. I must admit to having a little bit of a crush on Nurse Chapel.
Yes, Nurse Chapel is really good.
Yep, she's good. Yep. And I was fortunate enough to be able to meet the actress who plays Uhura over at Terrificon last year. She was a sweetie.
Yeah, she really is. She's done a great job, and I seen the Nichelle Nichols in her every week. You know.
Okay, so that's anything else about Star Trek? There's like, as we tape, they have 3 more episodes left, I believe.
They have 3 episodes left in this season.
Okay, and I think the next one that we're going to watch is the one about they genetically altered them to become all Vulcans.
Yes, I think that's the next one. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that one looks like it should be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Paul, we're talking Trek. I love it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, I'm here with Dylan Baranski. Hi, he's a member of the Rhode Island Science Fiction Club. And Dylan, you're such a smart dude. You have published a novel, right? A book.
That is indeed correct, Mark.
So can you tell us the title and give us a little synopsis of what it is that you wrote?
Okay, so the name of the novel is The Wizard Destroyer. It takes place on a planet called Prima Nova, very much similar to Earth, except 80% of the people can use magic powers. However, the main character, Damien Chaika, is among the 20% who can't, so he had to give up on his dream of being the greatest wizard ever and take a normal job at a factory that processes potion ingredients. But then, one night, he has a vivid, almost realistic dream. A dream telling him to gather up a group of witches and travel the world on a great quest to defeat Fernald, the evil wizard who not only killed his family, but also stole an election.
Stolen election? Oh, that doesn't sound familiar. Okay.
Yeah, tell me about it. I mean, I did use some inspiration in crafting this story.
I wonder from where. Okay, all right.
Well, there were a lot of influences in the making of this book. Aside from fantasy stories such as Lord of the Rings, I also tried to make it funny, taking influences from Monty Python and Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Plus, I also took influence from my favorite 70s and 80s action movies such as Dirty Harry and First Blood.
Oh, okay. All right. So, about how many pages does it run?
It depends on whether you get the Kindle copy or the physical copy.
Okay.
The physical copy, all told, is approximately 196 pages, I'd say.
Okay. All right. And can you give us an idea? Because you're working on a couple of other projects. Can you give us an idea of some of the other projects that you're working on?
Well, some of them are sci-fi and fantasy related, some of them are not. In terms of sci-fi, I am eventually coming out with a superhero novel known as She's Ordinary.
Okay. Now, if people want to get this book, what's the best place to find it?
Primarily, it can be found on Amazon, but it's also in Amazon's expanded distribution program, so it should be available through other channels.
Okay, and what's the name of the book again?
The Wizard Destroyer.
Wizard Destroyer, so check it out on Amazon. Thank you, Dylan.
You're very welcome, Mark.
Okay, I have the fortune of being with my friend Kat L. from the Rhode Island Science Fiction Club, and she's part of the Sci-Fi Journal crew. And Kat, you are lucky enough this year to be able to go to DragonCon.
Absolutely.
So for the people who don't know anything about it, what is DragonCon and why should I go?
DragonCon is one of the three biggest conventions in the United States. San Diego Comic-Con, New York Comic-Con, and DragonCon is really the three places you want to go if you like being involved in events. The unique thing about DragonCon, having started in 1987, so we're coming up on its 40th year, actually.
How many years have you been going?
I've been volunteering for 17 years now, and I think I was going for a few years before that, so about 20 of those years.
Because you used to live in Georgia.
I used to live in Georgia. Oh,
Okay.
Georgia. Anyway.
It's peachy. Go ahead.
It is. So the thing about DragonCon that makes it different is that it is literally 24 hours for 4.5 days straight. It's held in 5 different hotels and 3 outlier buildings.
It's mega big.
It's mega big. It has programming 24 hours. Now, no matter what you're into, there is something at DragonCon for everybody. If you're interested in Star Trek, Star Wars, Wheel of Time, British TV, American sci-fi, if you're not interested in any of that, you can go into one room for 4.5 days and talk about science or space or robotics. If you're into costuming or writing, they have actors, they have guests, they have authors, they have something for everyone. It is a huge event, and most of the people are very amazing people. The level of costuming at this event is Hollywood quality. It is fantastic.
Good. Now you're helping out this year. What part are you doing as far as volunteering?
Absolutely. So this year I am with the DragonCon merchandise store.
Merchandising,
where the real money from the con is made.
Merchandising, yeah, exactly.
So I am located in the Marriott store. There are 2. There's one in the Cortland Grand where registration is, and there's one in the Marriott, which is the main of the 3 hotels, or 5, but the 3 connected.
Okay.
I've been with them for 4 years now. Before that, I was with the Sunday Night Masquerade, and before them, I actually started many, many moons ago with the Star Wars track. So I spent a number of years there, and I am so happy and fortunate I did. But as I age, I can no longer do the 2 a.m.s and the early mornings. So the store it is for me.
Right. So if you don't like to sleep, DragonCon is the place to go.
Absolutely. Yeah. See, the good thing is that if you're a night owl, there's stuff to do. If you're a morning person, there's stuff to do. If you like to party, there's stuff to do. If you don't like to party and you like to be smart, there's stuff to do.
There you go. So when does it run?
Every year over Labor Day weekend. So the Thursday before to the Monday of Labor Day in Atlanta. It's been for nearly 40 years. I definitely recommend that if you want to experience something amazing that is 98% fan run, every director there, every volunteer, every track person, they're all done by volunteers. It is an experience unto itself, but start planning the year before to get the cheapest price for the ticket and the hotel and the airfare. They have a building separate 2 blocks away from the convention just for the vendor hall. 3 floors of people selling things that are fandom related, and the entire top floor are the comic book artists and the comic book vendors. It's fantastic.
Sounds good. All right,
Absolutely.
so might be too late for this year,
Might be too late for this year.
but definitely plan for DragonCon 2026.
2026, and like I said, the 40th year is coming up in 27. Could be an amazing time. We're going to get you guys there. I think you'll have a great time.
I'd love to go. It'd be
You
great.
love seeing all the costumes at Rhode Island.
Yep, it'll be good.
Absolutely.
All right, Kat, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mark.
Thanks. We are at the Ocean State Renaissance Fair, the very first one.
Very first one,
All right,
yeah.
and I'm speaking with Marissa. Hi.
Hello, hi, my name is Marissa Dufault. I'm the fair director here.
Okay, so tell us, how did you get this thing organized? This is wicked awesome.
So, it's something that's kind of been percolating in the minds of the people here for a couple years. So we're an offshoot of the Contemporary Theater Company. We are a 501c3 nonprofit theater company right across the river, in fact.
Okay.
And I'm on the board of directors there. And so, we've kind of been percolating for a couple years about doing this as an event. And then this year we applied and submitted and got a grant to put this on.
Very nice.
And so this is what it has become.
Good.
Yeah.
Now you had to work with the town of South Kingston to get permits and all that stuff.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. This is in fact a public park, so we have worked a lot with the town, and the South Kingston Police and EMS are here, and it's all town sanctioned and everything.
Very
so
nice.
yeah.
Now, can you give us an idea as to what kind of activities and vendors are here this year?
Yeah, so we have about 42, I think was the final count on the vendors, of jewelry and costumes and leatherworking and all kinds of fun things. And then as far as the performances go, we have a couple of different pirate groups. We have an aerialist. We have some combat groups here. We have multiple fire performers. So yeah, all kinds of fun things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you personally, what do you think about Renaissance Fair? Have you attended others? Are you using this for inspiration?
Yeah, I've been attending Renaissance fairs for about 30 years.
Okay, which one did you go to?
So I grew up going to King Richard's Fair, as many of us in New England have.
Yep.
And in recent years, the Connecticut Renaissance Fair,
Right.
who puts on they do 2 shows a year. So
Yeah, the Rhode Island Science Fiction Club, we were going to King Richard's, we were going to Connecticut Renaissance Fair, but now the Ocean State has our very own Renaissance Fair. This is freaking awesome.
yeah, we love it. We're so excited.
Oh, I'm so excited for you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, now how many people does it take to put this together? How many?
Ooh, that is a fantastic question. So there are about 10 of us who have been working since, January to get this going. All told, I'd say probably closer to 30, maybe 35, just in terms of the admissions staff and all of that. That doesn't include any of the performers and the vendors or any of that. That's probably closer to 100, maybe a little over.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, of course, you're already making plans for the next one.
We are, yeah, we
Is it gonna
are.
be in this same
Hopefully it'll
spot,
be in
too?
the same location. Yeah, there's a lot of discussions happening about that.
Okay.
But yeah, hopefully
Good.
it'll be right here.
All right, Marissa, thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem.
I appreciate it. So now we're going to go walk around and talk to some of the people that are here to enjoy themselves, and thanks so very much.
Sounds good.
All right, let's see what else is going on at
All
the
right, have
Ocean State
fun.
Renaissance Fair. We will.
Thank you.
I may get a turkey leg.
Yeah, I think they're sold out already.
They're sold out. I'll get something else instead. Maybe I'll get like nachos. or
Yeah,
something.
there's lots of other good food.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I ran into some pirates. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to have you guys introduce yourselves. Go ahead.
I am Moriarty Fannin, otherwise known as Jacob.
I'm James Eldridge. I'm the first mate of our ship.
What's the name of the ship?
Oh, it's been a debate as of recent.
No, it hasn't. It's the Ouroboros.
Okay.
He forgets. My name is Tabitha Dackmore. I'm the captain.
My name is Hedda Gunnison. I'm the master at arms.
Oh, sounds good. And how did you come about to come to this Renaissance Fair? Speaking for the crew.
That would be the captain. We actually have been performing at Renaissance festivals for the better part of 13 years. We took a little bit of a break in like the 2018 area. So when we found out that this festival was going on, we reached out to them and asked if they'd be interested in having us, and the rest they say is history.
Oh, sounds good. So other Renaissance fairs that include like King Richards in Connecticut?
That's actually where we got started. A very good friend of mine and another friend of ours decided we were on the pirate crew there for probably 4 or 5 years, and then we decided to branch out and create our own show. We were a staple at the New Hampshire Renaissance Fair for many years. So like I said, we're just getting back into doing Renaissance Festival, so right now we're doing a children's show called Pirate Guild. So we teach the little ones all about piracy. We actually teach them how to sword fight with very safe pool noodles. And then, yeah, they get a piece of treasure, they sign the book, and they officially become part of the crew.
Oh, teaching kids piracy. That sounds good. Yeah, I'm a teacher assistant, so we do that all the time.
Yeah, it's very important that children know all about history, and piracy is, especially with things like, movies and TV shows, it's a great thing to teach them, and it keeps them engaged and happy.
Okay, now do you folks have a website or something online that they can contact you?
We do. It's very simple. It's piratesofbones.com. We're also on all of the social medias, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. It's just Pirates of Bones, and bones like bones in your hand.
Sounds good. Now, one final question. What's a pirate's favorite letter?
Oh, he loves this one.
Q.
Would you like to help?
I can't read.
No, I know the answer everybody wants. It's the C.
C. Some people say R, but no.
It's definitely.
But do you know a pirate's favorite restaurant?
No.
Oh, it's Arby's.
I like it. All right, pirates, thank you very much. Before you go, I have some booty for you. Let's see what else is going on at the Renaissance Fair. So I'm walking around Ocean State Renaissance Fair, and who do I run into but Adam Tuckman? Hi, Adam.
Hi there.
So tell me, and this is Sal. Say hi, Sal. So, Adam, what do you think about the Ocean State Renaissance Fair?
I mean, so far it's been pretty good. They had one the year before COVID. I don't know if it was these people putting it on, but COVID hit, and Rhode Island didn't no longer have a Renaissance Fair.
Right.
And so this is the first time since the plague where one has propped up, and it's pretty big. I'm surprised.
Yeah. And there's a lot going on too. There's all sorts of booths, and we were able to talk to the organizers, and she gave us a lot of background information, and we interviewed some pirates and stuff. Have you had a chance to taste any of the food yet? Have you gone to eat?
We're about to. Yeah, they have very interesting food trucks. I mean, more unusual than you see at the regular Renaissance Fair.
Right, okay. Yeah, and it's nice. It's a nice spot. It's not too big. It's not too small. Hopefully this will be really successful so that in the future we don't have to go to Connecticut, or we don't have to go to Massachusetts for a Renaissance Fair, because we have one right here in the Ocean State.
That'd be great, especially if they can figure out better parking.
That's true. Yeah, that's the only. But don't they have something where they can, if you park at the school, they have buses that'll shuttle people back and forth? I think that's what they.
It's possible, but I wasn't familiar with it when I came here.
Yeah, where'd you end up parking?
I parked about 3 blocks down and then 2 blocks in people's housing.
Okay, yeah, we were lucky enough to find a spot in the downtown area right in front of the store, so that was pretty good. Okay, well, awesome. It was nice running into you.
Nice seeing you.
Okay, Sal, thank you very much. Let's see what else is going on at Ocean State Renaissance Fair. Okay, that's going to be it from the very first Ocean State Renaissance Fair. We had an awesome time, talked to some great people. Looks like it's a big success, and hopefully they'll do it again next year. But for now, let's go back to the studio. All right, that was fun. Did you have fun?
I have a blast. I always like going to the picnics. And today's a beautiful day. I mean, it's the middle of August, well, towards the end of August, the week before Labor Day. You couldn't ask for a better, this is a perfect picnic day.
Yep, it was very, very nice.
This has been a beautiful day. Normally we have it in June. June got rained out, and it's a little warmer usually, so allowing us to have those 2 extra months, I think it really helped. And the weather has been fantastic for a couple of weeks, so let's keep it up.
Yay, it was good. Okay, so hopefully we got a lot of nice segments for this particular show. Thank you very much for watching. If you're watching us on YouTube, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button so you can keep coming back, because we really appreciate it. That's going to be it for this Sci-Fi Journal. Thanks for watching, and we will see you soon. Bye. Ooh, windy.